Welcome, Cancer. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for June the 13th through to the 19th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you so much for all of the positive, loving support that you give me each and every day. You guys truly rock, and thank you so, so much. Now, let's get to you. We start with the Fool. What a beautiful card. This is brand new paths opening up to you. A little bit of risk taking is involved. A little bit of going against what you are traditionally thinking is involved when it comes to this card. And I think that this is a week where you step out, you take a risk, you try a new adventure, you look towards a new adventure in your life, whether it is love, relationships, whether it is career, finances, whether it is stature in the community, in your neighborhood, within the home. This is where you are stepping out into new uncharted territory. Absolutely. We have the Hangman, and it's crossed over by the Eight of Pentacles. So we are really thinking about the balance that needs to be in our life, but we are thinking about what is going to take the work, what we really need to put our hard work into, where our priorities lie, and how to raise the bar on what we already do in order to bring in the most spectacular new beginnings possible, imaginable. We have the Knight of Wands. So this is where we are going to tap into, where we have been pulled back in time to witness our wisdom that we've gained from experiences. And this is, I think, more of where we start to lay the foundation of how we need to go forward by tapping into that wisdom. So I don't think as much you are going to be pulled back into things this week as you are going to start using that wisdom towards going forward. Seeing where you've dropped the ball, or maybe where you should have said something and you didn't. Now's the time when you state it. Or where you didn't do something and you know that you should have done that one thing. Now's where you have the empowerment to step into that new beginning, to do that thing that maybe you didn't have the courage to do before, maybe you didn't feel empowered to do before. Maybe it's something you say, maybe it's something you do, but it leads you towards, it's tapping into your wisdom to lead you towards new adventures, new ideas, new ways of being, new ways of understanding your life purpose, your path forward. We have the Queen of Swords. So it's all about your dreams and passions this week. And being pulled towards what is truly important to you, what you really want to build upon, who you really want to become. Now, we do have the Three of Swords as our overriding energy. So I think this is where, if you had an illusion, if you were thinking something that was really unattainable or pie in the sky, you'd love to have, but you were not even putting in the energy to go in that direction. It was more of a whimsical fantasy rather than a goal, a dream, a desire. This is where it breaks apart now for you. This is where you understand, this is the reality check. To know where you can really go forward in life. So I don't think this is a hardship card as much as it is a true understanding of where you are and what truly you can step into going forward, who you can become going forward. So I think, and we have the Page of Wands here. So this brings in all kinds of new ideas, all kinds of new ways of thinking, all kinds of new understandings into what truly can be in your life. So I think, if anything, the Three of Swords is really just breaking down the impractical thought processes that you had in how to go forward. And it's kind of like a reality check. It's kind of like, I don't even know why I thought I wanted that in my life, because it wouldn't even fit. It wouldn't even work, and I would be much happier going in this direction, doing this new thing, creating this in my life, becoming this person in my life. And then we have the Knight of Swords, so you are empowered. Okay, this is your champion success. There's a bounce in your step. Failure is not part of the equation here at all for you. So if anything, the cards are telling me that yes, you're going to step onto a new path, but it's only because you've really looked at your goals, your dreams, your desires of who you want to become, and you're saying, you know what, that part won't even work. And that's when you kind of get realigned and you go, I'm going forward this way. This is going to work. This is who I want to become. This is what I truly want to create. And then you get this energy, this vitality, this empowerment about you. As we go into the weekend and into next week, we have the King of Cups, so it's really building upon our security of what we can really have in place in order to feel that security, in order to grow that security, in order to bring in that well-being. And it's with the Seven of Swords and the Tower. So once again, we are breaking away from the impracticalities in our thoughts. We are seeing what we truly need in order to go forward in our lives, what we really need to take on our path, and it sheds away, it breaks down the things that we have been hanging on to that do not serve a purpose in our life, that has been holding us back. For love relationships, we have the King of Pentacles, so it is our brand new thoughts, our ideas, and it brings in security, it brings in well-being. So it's looking for new creative things to do within the relationship, new ways of I'm hearing responsibility, new ways of, maybe it's having those conversations about who needs to be responsible for what within the relationship, or the responsibility that needs to be within the relationship. Maybe you're with somebody that isn't living up to the responsibilities, and this is new ways, new thoughts, new ideas in order to make them see clearly. Maybe you haven't been living up to the responsibilities in the relationship. Maybe you are understanding what really needs to be within the relationship, or needs to be in order for you to be fully invested within a relationship. Can there be new relationships? Absolutely. We have the Fool card as our very first card. So you can step right into a brand new relationship. Or we could be creating, we could be designing new, it's like newfound love within the relationship. New ways of going forward within the relationship. All the cards here this week talk about some kind of thought process that you once had that no longer serves you, and you realize it and you break away from it. And it's the breaking away from that old thought process that really gives you new life, new direction, new goals, new dreams, and new love. Whether you are in a relationship now or not. So if you are in a relationship, that could be the Eight of Pentacles. That could be where the hard work and raising the bar really comes into play, and building it stronger, building it deeper. But I heard responsibility when I picked up this card. So it is your thought processes and the responsibility that needs to be attached to a relationship that really matters this week for you. For career, money, finances, we have the Eight of Wands, so opportunities, new opportunities come in. This is about not looking so far forward that we miss the opportunities of today. So pay attention to what is presented to you, whether it is an advertisement, whether it is something your boss said, whether it is, you walk by a space and there's a for lease sign in the window. Pay attention to those little clues, those little symbols that the universe, God, your angels, your spirit guides give you, because there is opportunities coming your way this week. And it's going to open your eyes to brand new adventures if you pay attention to your immediate surroundings, if you stay in the now. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.